name is Sharon. Today we're going to be making, for starters, stuffed peppers, and then for main we're going to be having honey and mustard and pork chops with parsnips and spinach. Okay, first of all we're going to cook the parsnips because these take the longest, they take 45 minutes. So first of all we're going to preheat our oven to 200 degrees C, which is about gas mark 6. So we'll leave that heating up while we peel the parsnips. I've already done one here. What you do with your parsnips is you cut the tops off and the bottoms. I'm going to save these because they will go into our worm farm, and then you just peel them like this by scraping them. You can use a vegetable peeler, but either way a knife will be fine as well. So it doesn't have to all come off, you can just roughly peel them. All the produce that we're using today has come from Farmerstu's. It's been grown there, apart from the almonds that we have bought from a local shop. Okay, so once you've peeled your parsnips, you now have to cut them into rough chunks like so. So if you just slice your parsnip, you don't have to be exact, you can just cut them as roughly as you need to. Just cut them and then slice them into nice chunks. You can obviously slice these as big or as little as you wish. Just like so. And there we go. What we're going to do now is take our roasting tin out of the oven and put some oil into that. We'll then put our parsnips into the roasting tray and cook them for about 45 minutes. So you just get your oil, pour that into your roasting tray. You can be quite generous with that. Take your parsnips, place them into your roasting dish. And then they go back into the preheated oven. Okay, so while our parsnips are cooking, we are going to prepare the peppers. Now, most peppers, if you grow them yourself, are all various different shapes and sizes. We do need these peppers to obviously be able to stand up, so I'll show you a little trick that I've learnt. If you just take the pepper and you slice a thin layer off the bottom, just like that, it will then stand up. What we're going to do with the peppers is we're going to put them into the oven and roast them for a short while. Now obviously I can't give you an exact time on roasting of the peppers because every pepper is a different size, it's a different shape, and obviously some will take longer than others. Now tonight I have a guest who doesn't actually like roasted peppers, so with one of these peppers I will be not roasting it, and I'll be showing you an alternative way of making these without roasting the peppers if your guest or yourself doesn't actually like roasted peppers. So once you've done that, as you can see, they will all stand up. I'm then going to take the stalk out here and obviously leave a little hole so that our mix can go inside. So if you just slice your pepper very carefully all the way around the top, as you can see some of the seeds are already coming out. Just be very gentle as you're slicing, obviously watch your fingers, and then if you pull you'll see that that comes out. Okay, so I've now prepared all the peppers. What I am actually going to do is just rinse them under the tap to make sure that obviously all the seeds are out of them, and then we'll put them into the oven to roast. Right, we're now going to put the peppers onto the baking tray. I am going to leave one separate, as I said before, because one of my guests doesn't eat roasted peppers. Let's put those on the tray. I'm going to just cover them in oil. Sprinkle them with some oil to help them roast. And then I'll pop those in the oven. As I did state before, I can't give you a specific time on these, but usually they do take anywhere between 5 and 15 minutes. Okay, so while the parsnips and the peppers are in the oven roasting, I'm going to heat some oil in the frying pan and prepare the almond mixture for the pork chops. So I've got my skillet and I'm just going to pour my oil in there. And while that heats up, we will prepare the almond mixture. So first of all, get our large bowl, and in here we're going to put some crushed finely chopped almonds, and we are going to put some breadcrumbs that we've prepared. Just going to leave those in there for now, just give them a mix up. All nicely mixed together, and we'll set them to one side. And then in here we need 2 eggs. I'm just crack those. And then we'll beat those. So we are just beating the eggs nicely together, and then what we'll do is we'll set those to one side again. Next we're going to get about 1/3 of a cup of plain flour. Just put that in here. Put that into a little bowl. And just add a touch of salt to that, just a pinch. And there we go. We are now ready to coat our pork into our almond mixture. So I'll get my pork from out of the fridge. Now this pork has come from Farmerstu. We are producing it but not selling it at the moment. And what we're going to do with these is we are going to dip it into the flour, then into the egg and into the almond and breadcrumb mixture. So you just coat it in here, place that into your egg, just give it a nice good dip, and then roll it around into your almond and your breadcrumb mixture. As you can see, all that then sticks nicely. What I'll do is I'll place them back on the plate, and I'll do each one and then they'll go into the frying pan. Okay, so now I'm going to check our peppers and hopefully they will be roasted. Let's have a look at those. Oh yeah, they're lovely. So what I'm going to do is take those out now, and we'll just place them over here for a moment. With the tray being warm, they will stay warm while we prepare everything else. So now I'm going to cook the pork. So I'll turn the frying pan back on. That is quite warm already because I did have it heating up while I was preparing the almonds. So now we're going to place the pork into the frying pan, and we're just going to fry that off for a few moments. Okay, so I've cooked my pork chops, kept turning them for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm just going to check that they are ready. by sticking a knife in there. Obviously bits of blood come out and you need to cook them for a bit longer, but these look absolutely fine. So what I will do is I'll just place these on here while I cook the rest. What I'll do with these to keep them warm is put them into the oven, and that will just keep those warm while I cook the rest of the chops. Okay, so now I'm just going to chop up some spinach because we're going to mix this with some scrambled eggs that we're about to make to put inside our peppers. So we've got our chopped spinach there. Let's take our pan. We're warming that through. I think, and I would recommend that we do 2 eggs per pepper. So that's obviously we've got 5 peppers. So I'm going to just make the scrambled egg now. Put the eggs into the pan, bits of butter and a dash of milk. And we'll just whisk those up. Wow. Okay, so as you can see, our eggs are now scrambling nicely. What I am going to do is I'm just going to add some spinach into there and mix that all together. Which gives you a lovely scrambled egg and spinach. That looks absolutely amazing. Okay, and then we will transfer this mixture across to our peppers for our starter. Okay, so now your scrambled eggs are cooked and your spinach has been mixed in. We are going to place the scrambled egg and spinach mix into our peppers. And there we have our delicious starters of stuffed peppers. Okay, so now we're going to prepare the sauce to go with our pork chops. So I've got here a couple of spoonfuls of mayonnaise and some honey and mustard, and all I'm going to do is mix those together to create the sauce to accompany our almond covered pork chops. And there we go. Lovely mayonnaise and honey and mustard sauce to accompany the pork chops. And what I would do is leave that on the table for your guests to enjoy and place on their own plates. Almond pork chops with roasted parsnips, and at the table there is some spinach and the mayonnaise, honey and mustard sauce to go with those. Thank you for watching Cooking with Sharon.